Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you are around the world. Who else having a good day? Welcome back to ACC. Today we're going to be on Zolder. We're in the rain, and well, I think this race is an example of what not to do in a race, any race. Now bear in mind I've not exactly delved into weather races. Not really, I've done a few in single player as people, the Porsche and the, I think that's the Mercedes, having a bit of a scrap there. The Porsche wins on top. I didn't know I was in Wreckfest, but yeah. Now you may have realised a mistake already that I've made, and you'll kind of get what it is as we progress. So there is rain in this race. So it starts off with rain, hence the wipers are going, and we've got a bit of rain on the windscreen. And 2 minutes it's going to be a bit more rainy, and then at 7 minutes it's going to be cease to exist. That's 7 minutes into the race, by the way. And yeah, for those people that are observant of the HUD, you will realise I have whacked myself and started on wet tyres. And it's a 25-minute race. Did I need to do that? No, I didn't. And you're gonna start to see the consequences of me starting on wet tyres. Should I explain myself? I think I should. So, previously when I've been on a wet track, it's not been nice on slicks. So I was like, okay, well it's raining, right? Logic dictates, okay, it's going to be wet. But you might have seen at the start, there was a message saying, well, slick tyres are optimal. Oh yes. Well, this big ass rookie mistake is what you should do. Kind of think, right? Because I thought it was going to be a lot more rain than it currently is presenting, which I think was the problem. Just identifying how much rain actually that means in that short space of time, particularly if it's just going to go off again. I think it's because of, obviously, as I said earlier, about having the experience that, well, let's just say, very slippery on slicks. So I assumed, and I shouldn't really assume. So people are overtaking me because I think everybody else is basically on slicks. Yeah, that's what they're doing. So I'm like, fine. Do you know what? I'm not even going to defend it. You can go past me. And the McLaren decides, nah, I'm not going to be careful. I'm going to punch you out. So that's cool. So yeah. Not very cool from him. So I'm having to get my ass turned around, get myself back out there again, and continue on racing. And at this point, as you can see, my tyres are red hot. They're red hot because obviously the PSI for wet tyres, and there I go off again. And then I just continue. I continue. Boom. PSI is like 30, and it's basically just a damp track, not a wet track. Which is a bit of a my bad. So it's kind of cost me so many positions because of that one mistake. Because me assuming it's going to be really wet, it's not as wet as I think it is. So people, when you're racing, just bear that. Don't do what I did, man. It's cost me so much, and I'm making mistakes as well. I'm making mistakes, and obviously, you know, another McLaren, you know, punting me like that, not very nice. But we continue the race regardless. And do you know what? It's at this point where I'm thinking, alright, I know I'm going to have to pit, but when? And I'm honestly thinking this lap would be quite nice. I've made some mistakes. I'm off again. I'm off again, and I've taken some damage, and I need to switch to slicks because at this point, as you can see, I'm checking my pit window now, and I've decided, you know what, we're gonna have another lap, and then I think we'll go in. So I'm checking it in advance. I could have gone in then, which I probably should have, and as you can see I have 53 seconds of damage. So not as bad as we've had in previous videos where I've had 2 minutes, 3 minutes. 53 seconds is quite hefty on Zolder. I mean, I can do it in what? As you can see, my best is, well, my last was a 154. And my predictors are 142, so 50 seconds, you know, that's everybody else decently into a lap. Maybe I may be laps, but not everybody. Yeah, now if you saw the minimap there, the leader has just actually crossed the line a few seconds ago. So he is actually on catch-up, because he is 30 seconds and decreasing behind. Which isn't good. 14th place, and I'm on my own, and I screw that corner up, and yeah, it's at the moment I'm not having much fun. It's not great, and because of that, I actually got a track cut. That's my first track cut, by the way, ever, because usually when I do cut the track or go out of track limits, I'm slowed to the point where I don't gain time, and that's how ACC kind of works. If you cut the track and you gain time, that's where you get a track cut warning. So I've got one there. And as you can see, I'm just going to go into the pits, because I've had enough of this. I've had too much torture on these tyres. And they're red hot. We're almost at bloody 40 PSI. So I'm going to go in for 50 odd seconds. Which is fine. 53 seconds, but 1, 2, 3. So in we go to the Zolder pits. And we're gonna do our pit stop. So we skip ahead. It's a little bit brighter now. There's no sun. Well, I said there's no sun. And leader, as you can see there, is on final lap. I'm 15th place, so I've gone up by 1. Although that won't actually be the overall standing, that's just the order. So it might switch once I cross the line. Obviously, I have one more lap after this. So I'm now going to be on final lap. This is our final lap. And I just overcook it, I'm like... I've way overcooked that. That's ridiculous. Basically, the moral of this video, and the point of me doing this video, is basically... don't go on the wrong type of tyres, because it will screw you over so much. If the track is wet, proper wet, change your tyres. If it isn't, it's a learning curve, right? It's a learning curve. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Yes, this is a public lobby, whatever, and I just went over the sausage curb, so that's propelled me, and I'm making more mistakes on my final lap than I have done probably all bloody race. Must admit. My goodness me. Sure, a lot of it was just catch by me being by myself. Again, hence why this video is a little bit shorter. It's not too short actually. It's quite average as this video length actually. But yeah, it's all right. It's all right. You know, I'm not absolutely terrible. In fact, I don't even think I'm last. Am I last place in this? I can't even remember. I'm back of the pack basically. And yeah. So that's going to conclude today's video. Hope you learnt something from this. If you enjoyed it and like to see more content like this one, make sure you are subscribed. Discord link is in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.